and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, August 27th. No special announcements at the top of the show today. Our top stories are Mark is going to tell us about Johnson & Johnson. They've been ordered to pay up over opiates.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, guys, but a company called Johnson & Johnson was acting like a bunch of dicks. Got a few dick jokes in this story.
Oh, I get it. Got some Frank jokes in there, too, maybe.
I thought they sold baby soap.
Get ready for a lot of dick jokes.
All right.
Nice. All right, and then Pat is going to tell us about the Houston Democratic debates. They're basically set at 10 candidates. Is that right?
We might only have one night of debate coming up, y'all, because only 10 are in as of right now, but we'll get into it a little bit deeper.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Unless you fucking love debates like I do.
Can they do 2 short nights?
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
And then Wes now will take us through a news buffet of other headlines. Take it away, Mark.
All right, Monday was not a good day for the Johnson family, and that's because an Oklahoma judge found Johnson & Johnson, the enormous American-based company founded in 1886 that develops and sells medical devices, pharmaceutical, and consumer packaged goods, and owns and operates hundreds of companies in what they dub the Johnson & Johnson family of companies.
The monopoly.
Yeah, they found them liable for igniting the opioid crisis in Oklahoma and said the company must now pay $572 million in restitution.
They should really call it the Johnson & Johnson glory hole of companies.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because there's Johnsons coming out of the glory hole.
Oh, we know.
Different ones.
I'm not surprised that these guys make good opiates because they're a brand that you can trust.
They make good everything.
Yeah.
Guess how much the state was seeking?
$2 billion.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I was going to say somewhere around $1 billion.
$17 million. So Oklahoma might have a few new roads or at least one more wind star in the near future.
So they got an extra 550 some odd.
$5 million, yeah. Yeah, Oklahoma officials immediately turned to each other, and they're like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Another wind star. We can get these opioid addicts to turn this $572 million into $10 billion.
Are you still cool with the Native Americans?
Yeah. Who knows a Native American?
We're going to need them.
Yeah.
They don't like opioids, do they?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The payment actually will be used for the care and treatment of opioid addicts, according to the judge. But Oklahoma's tourism could really use a second wind star. Trust me. We're pretty close to Oklahoma.
Yeah, except that the WinStar, because it's a Native American casino, they make you ante when you're playing blackjack. It's garbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to pay the house.
You been there?
Oh, yeah, I've been there. I drove up there one time.
The biggest casino in the United
It
States.
was fantastic.
One of Johnson & Johnson's pharmaceutical companies, Janssen Pharmaceutical Companies, was also named with $572 million.
Real original, guys.
But for comedic purposes, I'm only going to refer to Johnson & Johnson for the rest of this story. So Johnson & Johnson, by the way, not 2 families by the name of Johnson, which I thought. It was just founded by 3 brothers, all with the same last name, and for some reason they chose not to pick the Johnson brothers as their company name.
That makes a lot of sense because you don't want to see what would happen if you accidentally say Johnson in front of a bathroom mirror. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, the Johnson brothers is clearly transitioning to a porn company immediately.
Absolutely. And there's also
within weeks.
There's also a big dick ghost, Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused as well.
Yeah, there's also clearly a brother that doesn't know that his name isn't in the company name.
They tell him it's him.
Yeah,
you're included in one of those 2 Johnsons.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson is way more professional sounding than the Johnson brothers.
Well, I agree.
The Johnson brothers is like the guys who refill your snack machine. It's not like the Johnson & Johnson. That's like an actual company.
They're the type of guys that pound you out and then fix your air conditioner.
Yeah.
Play your bar mitzvah.
You don't want your wife saying she bought something from the Johnson brothers. No.
Where were you?
This story has got to make Bernie Sanders happy, am I right? What do you think he's going to do today? My guess is eat a lot of soft foods and get a great night's sleep in his favorite set of pajamas. Because I bet Bernie's got a pajama collection that would make a sneakerhead blush.
That's just every day for Bernie. Yeah, you're right.
Imagine
I'm
his pajama collection?
Yeah,
he's got to be the best in the biz.
He's also strictly on cat food by now.
It's just cat food?
Yeah.
Wakes up 8 times to pee.
He's going to go nuts over this. His favorite tin of decaf coffee is going to get a few scoops later.
He wakes up 8 times, but he doesn't.
The pharmaceutical companies are finally paying.
Anyways, let's get into it. Judge Thad Balkman of Cleveland County District Court in Norman, Oklahoma, a man after Bernie's heart, became the first judge to rule in the opioid cases brought to trial by thousands of state and local governments against opioid manufacturers and distributors. So his precedent-setting ruling is certainly being noted by the people involved in 2,000 other pending suits that will be heard by a federal judge in Ohio this October, so pretty soon. Pharmaceutical companies in those cases are fucked, as I am just sure the opioid problem in Ohio is going to be a tearjerker in the courtroom. Just misery after well-documented misery
Yeah, where are they going? West Virginia next?
Yeah, exactly. This is like
So-
Ohio. Are you kidding?
Yeah, definitely very sad, but what's the logic on making the companies be liable?
Well, I'll get to that in about 2 sentences or so. According to the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, opioids are responsible for more than 400,000 deaths from 1999 to 2017. The state of Oklahoma is claiming 6,000 of those deaths since 2000. Earlier this year, Oklahoma settled with 2 other companies, OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma for $270 million and Teva Pharmaceutical for $85 million. But Johnson & Johnson really got dicked the hardest.
Yeah, but did they really? Fuck that shit.
No, I mean, it's not that big a deal for them. Oklahoma lawyers dubbed Johnson & Johnson an opioid kingpin, Will, and said its marketing tactics were a public health nuisance, which is the law it cited they broke, the public health nuisance law. So that's the you can't purposely give AIDS to people law.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah,
You know you
a
have-
nuisance is a squirrel in my attic, not
Not your
an
entire,
opioid crisis.
not your generational family getting killed from opioids.
What happened to your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, she got by the nuisance.
She was nuisanced.
nuisance got her.
This decision also dwarfs the tobacco decision in 1998 for $246 billion settlement. And guess what, guys? Johnson & Johnson, a company that refuses to be made look a fool, besides every time someone sees their name that they chose to put on all of their packaging, said they would immediately appeal the decision. So let's take it to the internet, which I thought would be pretty optimistic about this story. I was wrong. Deanna Norris says $572 million for a company that reported over $80 billion in revenue in 2018. In 2018 is like paying $20 for them. I'm not impressed.
Which is consequently the price of one opioid pill.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Roberta responds to her with saying, I would think it establishes precedent for other states that are suing. I agree, oligarchs pay chump change in fines for just about every malfeasance. I didn't say that right. Malfeasance.
Malfeasance.
Malfeasance. But that's what I'm saying. Roberta, why do you have to drop oligarchs and malfeasance in a response to a stranger, you psychopath?
Guarantee
And
she,
Chump change.
she threw that word into Google before she posted it.
I would hope so.
Made
and then
sure.
Moscow Mitch says, problem is Johnson & Johnson will appeal the judgment and likely keep it in court for another few years, costing the state millions more in legal fees and likely getting the settlement down to a fourth of the value or less. He's
Yeah.
probably right.
Well,
This is
yeah,
a sad
he's
story.
definitely right. I mean, it's weird. I don't like. I'm not saying they're good. Like they mean well, but like by this logic, wouldn't you also have to pretty much put every alcohol company out of business?
No, it's super
A
different.
lot of people are predicting like Tyson's Chicken is next for giving people
because
cancer
they were,
potentially.
they were
like,
over over marketing the drug that was
But-
wildly
for
addictive.
putting
But
metal-
next
metal
for
in their-
what? A wrist slap. It's like you said. This is nothing for them.
Right, and
So-
that's what's whack about a company, specifically Johnson & Johnson, which has a big family brand for not just chewing it.
We all know things go in fads, and the fad is to get the opioid companies now, and Ohio's going to smash them with their sad stories, and like Wes said, probably West Virginia next, and so let's let
Wait
them
till
get
they get to
slapped a little bit.
Florida, you know.
Let's let them get slapped around a little bit. Next story.
All right, guys, if you've had a sluggish, low T feeling as of late, don't fret. And that's because shit is about to change. And if you're thinking I'm talking...
Don't worry, Hassan Piker.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not talking about Piker's tea. And if you think I'm talking about college football and NFL football kicking off over the course of the next 2 weeks, you're fucking wrong. I'm talking about the T spike that's about to rock your fucking sack off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. We're just 17 short days away from the third Democratic presidential debate.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. And you can guarantee I'm going to have to follow the medical instructions from a Cialis commercial because there's no way this down low blood flow I'm feeling is going to relent for the next 408 hours. I'm going to be hard the whole time.
You can bet your ass we're all going to need some Adderall to stay awake.
I'm going to need some prescription pants.
A lot of strained pleats.
Yeah. The dates for the debates are Tuesday, September 12th, and potentially Friday, September 13th. And they are live from Texas Southern University in Houston. And the Hard Factor boys will be holding it down from Axelrad Beer Garden on the 12th for a live debate watch party. More details on that soon. But let's get into the meat of it. So right now, 10 candidates have qualified for the showdown in the Low Country, and there aren't too many surprises in there. You got Uncle Joe, you got Booker T, you got Mayor Pete, you got Kamala H, you got Klobuchar Binks, Emo Beto, Old Man Sanders, Lizzie Warren, Yang Gang, and then Julian Castro, who was the last candidate to qualify, claiming the 10th spot. So in order to qualify, all-star lineup, all the heavy hitters there, baby.
Nah, I mean, this is my thing for the Democrats. As long as Beto is still in it, I know they haven't really got down to brass tacks yet.
You're right about that.
It's not serious. As long as Beto's still there.
I totally agree with you.
Mark my words, and maybe our boys at Predict It will put this line up, but there will be a Texas running mate, either Castro or Beto. That's my opinion.
Disagree.
Understood. In order to qualify, guys, candidates need 4 polls showing them how Bernie Sanders likes his milk, 2% or higher, as well as at
Warm
least...
it up.
Warm it up, baby. Is this 2%? This isn't skim, is it?
I need it 98% heated up.
So hot.
The milk's too hot, honey. Or they need at least 130,000...
2% fat, 98% heat.
The man likes his milk. He's particular. Or they need at least 130,000 unique donors. So a qualifying poll dropped yesterday, but did not yield the desired results for a number of presidential hopefuls looking for their ticket to the dance. So specifically, billionaire Tom Strayer, who is 1 poll away, but was under 1% in Monday's poll.
Boy, he didn't last long.
No,
Came in late, leaving early.
Came in late, leaving early. And then you have future Miss Pat Cassidy, Tulsi Gabbard Cassidy, who needs 2 more polls.
Whoa, you're already going back on your Marianne Williamson fetish?
The thing is, I thought that she was
That's
younger
true.
than she
Mark
is.
was the Tulsi guy.
And I don't want to be
he's
alone.
I'm already married, so I don't need Tulsi Gabbard, but I do think that you were wrong about her, and you were wrong about Marianne Williams.
I mean, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with having a side piece in Marianne.
Okay.
But Marianne, who's got the backers, she still needs 3 more polls. And then you got Kirsten Gillibrand, who's running on the platform of your fun neighbor, who will get you wine drunk at a Botox party, is short on donors and about 3 polls shy. So she's probably got no shot. All these bubble candidates were hoping that last-minute surveys would get them in there, the Monday survey, but no dice. So
You got to feel bad for Tulsi, though. I mean, she crushed Kamala Harris, who's like the DNC candidate, and then she's got to go home. I mean,
well, also, is she still deployed?
You should also feel bad about no, she's not. You should feel bad about Kamala Harris, who is going to probably win the nomination, and then Tulsi Gabbard smashed her. You could look at that the other way. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard played spoiler to Kamala Harris there, so.
Well, you could feel bad for both of them, I guess.
You know, God was really focused when he made
a
Tulsi.
shitty NFL team beating someone who wants to get the playoffs.
It's like when Ohio State lost to that shitty team 2 years ago by 50 points, Iowa or whoever it was. And like, you're done. Yeah. You know?
Iowa, Southern. The last glimmer of hope, y'all, for these hopefuls is for either the polls or donors to change dramatically before Wednesday, which is the qualification deadline. But let's be honest, their spouses can probably safely plan on an enjoyable evening of holding them while they get drunk and talk at the TV for 3 hours.
What did you think of The Art of Racing in the Rain, honey?
I could have done better than this.
What is he saying? Look, now, candidates who miss the September debate will still have a chance to qualify for the October debate, where the thresholds will be the same. But let's be honest, we're going to see some dropouts this week.
Yeah, you can't be too confident if you don't qualify for the September
debate. No, it's pretty bad. I'm going to stick it out till October.
Everything's going to change soon.
Book deal.
Exactly. But guys, I got to be honest, this is making me look like a fucking genius with my predicted bet on how many Democrats will drop out of the race by August 31. Right now, 5 candidates have pulled out of her being the race, and I bet that there would be 9 to 10 dropouts at 6 cents, and at the time of this taping, that line is at 10 cents, which, guys, is an incredible buy right now, because you got 21 candidates still in the race, and 11 of them aren't even going to the show.
So you need 4 of them to drop out.
But by August 31st, correct?
Yeah, by August 31st. You're going to lose 4 in the next 3 days, in my opinion, next 4 days. And if you're really hot on losers doing what losers do best, the line for 11 to 12 dropouts is at 3 cents right now. I've got a total of $49 on that entire spread on those 2 lines, and it's got a potential payout of a G.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So if you got all the way up to 12, you'd be sitting pretty.
It's possible, Willie.
It's the beauty of Predict It.
I know. But look, guys, you can get in on the action and get a free $20 matching bonus if you deposit at least $20 at sign up. And all you got to do is go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20. It's predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20.
And if you already bet on Waller Jr., we screwed you. That was my fault.
Yeah, Mark fucked up yesterday, gave you some bad
don't
intel.
Buy it.
Yeah,
don't
we
buy
should have gone with the
Jr.
ginger. You know, hindsight, we should have gone with the ginger in Mississippi.
Yeah.
That was, we had it there in front of us. We whiffed. It's
What are you
okay.
gonna
You
do?
were right about who's the whitest, the ginger.
Yeah, obviously. But guys,
Whitest guy did win.
Yeah.
one good thing did come out of the release of Monday's polls, and that is that Uncle Joe, Crazy Bernie, and former Native American Elizabeth Warren are tied in a steamy liberal menage a trois at the top of the polls, which is going to make for an interesting high-stakes debate season. So I'm stoked. I'm fucking hard.
If Bernie dies of natural causes, does that count as a
That's
dropout?
technically a dropout.
Definitely a dropout.
It's
Good
actually
time
a
to buy
drop
low.
dead, but
Yeah.
Dropped in.
Good time to buy low on Biden if you think he's going to overcome his gaffes.
Nah, they're gonna keep coming.
Oh no, yeah, he just came out and said, "I swear I'm not going insane." That's definitely what a
pretty
non-insane
much.
person says.
I've kissed away all my Biden money that I haven't predicted. See you later. All right, let's take it to the news buffet.
Yeah. All right, guys. So as I passionately covered on yesterday's show, the Amazon rainforest, aka the Earth's lungs or lungs of the world, is burning. I sent out a tweet calling for the world powers to come to the aid of the Earth's lungs.
Brave of you.
That was very big.
Yeah, thank you.
I was
Thank you.
proud.
I appreciate it. I was proud too.
You compared your lungs to their lungs, and you said lungs a lot.
It was well thought out.
We've all got lungs.
Yeah.
I smiled. All right, I heard stats that 20% of the Earth's oxygen is produced by the Amazon rainforest, which was very alarming to me. But then some dickhead named Michael Shellenberger wrote an article for Forbes letting everyone know that it's all just a hoax.
Nice.
Yeah. It's all bullshit, everyone. The credit the Amazon is getting for being the lungs of the world is apparently we just shouldn't care as much as we do. It's bullshit. So he debunked photos that celebrities shared in an effort to draw the world's attention to the crisis as bullshit or old or not even the Amazon at all.
Not even the Amazon.
Yeah.
Did this guy turn his article into the wrong publication? He wrote this for Forbes?
Yeah,
Yes, for
published-
Forbes.
Yeah. He loved it.
Forbes wrote it. Yeah, Forbes put it out.
He even went to some guy that he claims is an expert on the Amazon, some guy named Dan Nepstad, who told Shellenberger exactly what he wanted to hear about the cries for help. It's bullshit, Nepstad said, as Michael likely grinned from ear to ear, saying, "I knew it."
Some guy that's been sweating in the rainforest his whole life and like bitten by spiders and shit. He just snakes.
He's an expert. He loves
Fuck
the rainforest. He
rainforest.
loves the rainforest, but he
Even if it is bullshit, why is he fucking pissing on our parade, man?
Yeah.
no idea.
Wes's parade.
Yeah. So Nepstad.
So just let it burn. Is that what it says?
Wes chooses.
Yeah, right?
Wes chooses
Yeah.
a stand once every 3 years. He stands up for something.
Yeah,
That's right.
I feel like it's harmless to say stop the fires in the rainforest.
Yeah.
There's no
Right.
why would
It's
you
a-
say no? It's
No, it's super weird that he's coming up with excuses not to care about a forest fire.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a fucking.
Like he's
hit
writing
piece.
articles about excuses.
He's saying like the Chick-fil-A cows are behind it.
It's a fucking hit piece on the Amazon. So Nepstad went on to further delight Shellenberger by saying, quote, "There's no science behind that. The Amazon produces a lot of oxygen, but it uses the same amount of oxygen through respiration, so it's a wash."
he's
So
like it's actually pretty harmful. You could have a lot of shopping balls.
He's making the lungs metaphor deeper, bringing respiration into it.
Yeah.
yeah, so he's just it doesn't matter, everyone. You just calm down.
Where does this guy live? He fucking lives in New Jersey, I guarantee it.
I don't know.
Shut the fuck up, Shellenberger.
Like I said, it was basically just a fucking hit piece on the Amazon. Everyone is just so proud they can confidently let those that are concerned about not only the Earth's lungs, but perhaps maybe the medicines or the indigenous people or the animals, that they need to just get off their high horses and let this thing just play it out its own.
Well, but maybe it's not that important, Wes. So.
Michael was going
Apparently not.
out back at the end of the week, and he just wanted to make himself feel better. He just wanted to justify it.
Good job, Michael. Great article. Thank you for letting us know we just shouldn't care that much.
I'm gonna write an article about this.
To Forbes?
People really care too much about this rainforest.
Everyone needs to shut up about the rainforest.
It's ridiculous.
All right, let's keep it in Brazil. French President Emmanuel Macron is livid with Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, not over the rainforests, for an internet comment that Bolsonaro made in response to a Facebook meme posted on his page. The meme compared the Brazilian First Lady, so Mrs. Bolsonaro, to the French First Lady and claimed that Macron, the French president, must be jealous. You know, basically saying that the French First Lady is not attractive compared to the Brazilian First
I'm
Lady.
just glad that
It
another.
just drew a straight line down her butt and said, "There is no ass here."
There's no ass here. I'm loving that another president of a country is responding to memes. I'm liking that. Makes me feel better.
Right, yeah. Bolsonaro.
Couple presidents here.
Right. Bolsonaro on his Facebook page, this is where the meme was posted. He replied, quote, "Haha, don't humiliate the guy."
Nice.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
Maybe he's a little jealous he didn't get invited to the G7.
Maybe.
Oh,
but-
countrymen, don't humiliate them.
Yeah.
perhaps, Macron, of course, went apeshit and said that Bolsonaro's comments are embarrassing for everyone in the world, essentially, except for Mr. and Mrs. Macron.
No, the exact opposite. It's only embarrassing for Mr. and Mrs. Macron.
That's what I thought, too, but this is what Macron says. Quote, "I think that Brazilians, a great people, are a bit ashamed of this behavior, no?" Unquote.
You know.
Which, yeah, no, I guess maybe some of them are ashamed of the behavior. I'm not sure Macron is right on this one, that they're all ashamed that somebody said his wife, who is 66, is less attractive than another woman who is 37.
Did you compare the picks, Will?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty
I mean,
Who's the
she-
winner?
Bolsonaro.
Who do you think's the
she's
winner?
30. She's 30 years younger, and she's I mean, just
Don't
It's an
humili-
unfair race.
Don't humiliate the guy, Pat.
yeah, exactly, Pat. You're just doing your
have beers with him afterwards.
proving Bolsonaro's point.
Yeah.
She's tan. It's ridiculous. All right, guys. So back in July, President Trump signed an executive order to help cure this nation's kidney health problem, increasing transplants and kidney care. So it's clearly an important issue, especially if you're one of the 93,000 people in the U.S. that alone that are on a waiting list for a new kidney.
Jesus.
Yeah, mainly due to kidney failure. And after Googling what do kidneys do, I found out they're pretty important. Anyone know what they do?
I think that they're friends with the liver. I know that.
Something with like removing bad stuff,
They're like the cleaning lady.
Yeah,
of
your
your
blood,
body,
your
right?
blood.
Right. Well, yeah.
filtering stuff out.
They
Right.
come over on Wednesdays.
Well, as it turns out, kidneys help to keep blood flowing to other major organs by ensuring there is a sufficient level of plasma. They also help remove toxins and waste from your body. They are apparently pretty crucial, and lots of people need new ones. So, in fact, over 37 million of us well-fed Americans have chronic kidney disease. Our kidneys are probably the hardest working kidneys on the planet. I know mine are. And in a very sad...
Yeah, your kidneys are like, what did you do today, Wes? Yeah. A bunch of Trulies and McDonald's?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Kidneys hate me.
Gotta
Yeah,
work
we're
overtime.
sitting here laughing at Wes, but like we're about to we're following him.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope
No, I just know that once Wes's kidneys fail, my time is coming next.
I'm laughing at him while marching directly behind him on the
He's like-
path
he's-
to kidney disease.
He's the pace car for us.
he's a great barometer. I just hope my body's
Wes, how your kidneys doing?
I just hope my body's been favoring one kidney over the other, so I can burn one out and then learn a lesson while the other one's still around.
My kidneys are like what's that one bald cyclist from Austin that cheated? Lance Armstrong. My kidneys are like Lance Armstrong. How hard they work.
Yeah.
There you
well,
go.
In a very sad fact, over 5,000 people die each year while waiting for a new one, which is why a new study put out by the journal JAMA Internal Medicine, which is published by the American Medical Association, is alarming and has found that over 3,500 donated kidneys are simply thrown away each year.
Oh.
Yeah. It was found that
So
around
most of the people, like that's almost 3,500 is almost as many as the 5,000 that die.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds
And
like you got a stuck-up kidney inspector.
Yeah, and like other places, Europe, they match
No good.
like older kidneys with older patients. They don't throw them away. They say it's better than dialysis.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Give it a shot, right? Like the nukes in the hurricane. So
The human body's pretty amazing. Let's give it a shot.
yeah, and they found that over 50% of those discarded kidneys, which were deemed unfit for a transplant, could have actually been used to save a life. So that's fucked up. Kidney disease makes up for 1/5 of all Medicare spending, around $114 billion a year. Can't wait for Michael Shellenberger's next article. Kidneys don't matter.
Right. Yeah. Kidneys are the rainforest of my body.
Yeah.
Overrated organ.
Fuck you, Michael Schellenberger. But it's sad they're going. They're not getting in bodies, but at least they're not going away because they're being fed to the homeless.
What?
Are
What?
they?
Huh?
What?
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 All right. What's the
Wow.
last story?
All right. That was a hot one. All right. Final update on the G7 this year. President Trump has been criticized for not being clear on his stances during the G7 summit. For example, he wants to be tough on trade with China, but he regrets the impacts that it has. He wants to help the environment, but it's a niche topic that's not suitable for discussion at the G7. Things like that.
Why? Why not? Why not? I wonder.
Well, I mean, it's
He
just
just doesn't wanna
that's
talk
the
about
way
it.
he negotiates, he
Yeah.
says.
Strong silent type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, he just never agrees to anything so that he keeps his options open, it seems like. Anyways, the final highlights of the summit included Trump skipping the climate change meeting, which pissed French President Emmanuel Macron right off.
Wait a minute. Was this right around the same time all of Brazil was busting Macron's wife's balls?
Yeah, it's basically around the same time.
And then
yeah.
Trump doesn't show up to his favorite meeting of the week.
Bolsonaro and Trump were definitely texting behind Macron's
Watch
back,
this.
making
Yeah,
fun of him.
watch
Watch
this.
this.
Macron had a rough time.
let's recap what happened this last 2 weeks.
His ugly ass wife was presenting.
She's not ugly.
All right, sorry.
She's good for 66. But
Right, sorry.
you have the polar ice caps melting in Greenland. You have the hurricane season impending, and you have Brazil on fire. And Trump's like, I'm gonna take this one off.
Yeah, well, busting balls is a little more important for Trump and Bolsonaro, it sounds like, than
a lot more fun.
anything else.
Watch this. This will really piss him off.
And perhaps the best development from the entire G7, a little more ball busting, Trump announced that next year's summit, which he has the power to host, will be held in the prestigious and illustrious city of Doral, Florida.
No way.
Yes. Yes.
Why-
Trump
why?
bought a resort in Doral, Florida in 2012. And you'd never guess it, but business has been bad. Terrible, really. And so he wants to host the G7 there to give his business, his resort in Doral, a little shot in the arm. Plus, they'd be able to show off Mount Trashmore to the world's elite.
Yeah, you're going to want to pay the extra to have the beach view instead of the Mount Trashmore pile.
Yeah, you don't want the Trashmore villa.
It doesn't stink if you're on the 400th floor.
You better believe that's going to be incentive for the Doral City Council to build it up another 40 stories like they have planned.
Just taller than his tower.
Yeah, we got the G7 coming. We got to accelerate things.
If they could turn it into something cool, like shape it into something. I don't know.
Yeah. Art.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor today. Reminder, you can get your Hard Factor logo tee, the plain, simple, elegant tee, in the Barstool store while supplies last. We never really know if we're going to sell enough for have them stick around, so hop on it now before it's gone. Also, we've got a flat-out incredible Florida Man tee on the way imminently. Next couple of days, that thing's going to drop, so be on the lookout for that. It's really, really a stunning T-shirt. As always, thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Spotify and drop a 5-star review if you like the show. Follow at Hard Factor News on Twitter and Instagram to keep up with the latest from us. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.